Hello and welcome to the Era of Kings podcast. I'm your host, Kiruzu. I'm one of the two hosts. You'll be hearing from me this episode. Next episode, I don't know about the other host. So, first of all, you're probably just looking around thinking, what the hell is going on? What's this podcast about? Now, I'll explain. This podcast is about the Discord server One Piece Era of Kings. And basically, this is a roleplay server, right? It's based around manga One Piece, which is the world's best-selling manga. It's about pirates and marines, basically.
Mic test 1212.
Okay, that's the host. That's the second host. His name is KSMI, if I'm correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Hello and welcome everyone to the EOK podcast. I'm your sub-host, KSMI.
Okay, let's talk about something that is happening right now in Shellstown, right? You're a part of it. Come on.
Correct.
What the hell is going on there? I have literally no idea. I haven't quit it.
So I've been here for about 48 hours, and from the gist of things, it seems that I'm gonna die soon. But that's okay. It's part of the plan.
Well, how's that?
Secret, sir. But on to other topics. Shelltown. The town that every marine loves and every pirate hates. Right?
Unless you're me and Dezen. So, I'll explain what happened there. So, basically, Shelltown is a bit in havoc right now. Me and another guy named Dezen, who's in the podcast right now, he's listening. He can't talk, I think. I don't know. We basically came to Shellstown and we just bombed the docks. Our devil fruits are exploding type. So basically, we just went there, exploded a bunch of shit, robbed a shop, killed a bunch of marines, killed the lieutenant, freed a shit ton of prisoners, accidentally, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I did mean to. And then, we stole a boat and got the fuck out of there. So, we'll see where that goes. I hope it goes somewhere fun. I hope. I don't know. Let's just...
No doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah, it seems like, I'm not sure if Shellstown will evolve into, I guess you could say, an arc. But a lot of people are happen to be heading there without, like, any reasoning whatsoever. It was just, I guess, everyone was thinking the same thing after the bombastic pirates left, which consist of Tezen and Kuruzu. One of which was previously talking before I is the co-host of this podcast currently. But moving on from that, basically, everyone seems to be heading there, and I'm assuming they're all going to have their own story. And it's something that's unique about this whole server and roleplay is the success and storytelling aspect of it all. It allows the role player to, for the most part, create their own stories, and I think that's what makes this roleplay server different from others, because other roleplay servers you have to have mod support and staff support to make things get through, while in this case you don't. And basically, after the bombastic pirates left, everyone's arriving, and there's prisoners that have to be taken care of by the Marines. Me and my managed to get to Shellstown as well, so might have to figure out what's going to happen in the next, I guess, couple days. Will be interesting.
It certainly will. By the way, holy shit, you're doing this better than I am, honestly.
Another thing that happened recently, and quite the most, I believe it could be said, the largest event so far within the server, which was the Goa arc.
Yes, that is correct. The Goa arc was insane. Its span was like 4 months. Go on, Paris.
Yeah, and basically what ended up happening was there was a king who decided to. He was basically, I guess, a way to put it would be superstitious, but also he was incompetent as well as a leader. And basically, it led to the arrest of many people, and basically, band of pirates consisting of players and I believe also revolutionaries. They played a role in overthrowing the basically the royal family and basically leading to the death of the king and other members
We should
of the
honestly,
government.
yeah, we should honestly talk about the most interesting crew at the moment, which is Kazak's crew, right? He's like this guy who was a cruel pirate, right? And after being betrayed by his crew, he became a good pirate, but he's still evil. He's trying to become better, and his crew is really cool. Okay, I don't want to swear. Basically, they have a dude that is a castle that has like 40 people in it, and it's really cool, man. Okay, so basically, right now, I don't know why, but everyone is heading to Goa. No, not to Goa. I mean to Shellstown. Two of our mods are heading there, which is the Zill, the guy who made this podcast possible. By the way, shout out to him. We are sponsored by him. And Kazak, which I just mentioned, he's also a moderator, and we have 3 moderators at the moment, and every single one of them is a part of a different faction. Like Dazil is a part of the Marines, Kazak is a pirate, Bronek is part of the Revolutionary Army, right? And basically, why is everyone heading there? I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, I just wanted to go over there just to create a new story, especially after my battle with Shinzo Yama and on a marine ship, when which I had to basically Shinzo had to take care of dozens of marines all coming at him at once, and basically he ended up passing out at the end once we escaped and suffered tons of injuries, while I, on the other hand, have been exhausted and had my muscle strained due to my clash with the Captain Otto, which is basically a 10-foot tall marine captain, which is a heavy built body, and also in addition to that had a black bear Zoe and devil fruit power.
Yep. So
Uh,
go
so
ahead.
basically, right now what we're trying to do is just going to Shellstown to get medical help from our soon-to-be doctor, Leona Davenport, and basically I'm just going to be making small little stories adding up to a bit greater one. I'm not going to talk about it much more than that because it's still in the works, but basically I want Shellstown to be something of importance.
Yeah,
But I don't
go on.
know about everyone else's plans.
You know, one of the things that I think is my favorite part of this server is just, creating your own story, just going out there. Me and you, we just met up and then we just started doing all this crazy stuff. And, that's really what One Piece is all about, just going out there and doing your own thing, trying to get your dream. And I think this server really lets you do that.
So when you start out on the server, you get 5 skill points and 2, how should I say it, side skill points. I don't know, it's like a secondary skill point, right? So with the first skill points, we have a skill tree, by the way. We have skill trees for both of those currencies, let's say that. The first currency is, of course, for main stuff. So for your fighting style, etc. I can bring good news. You can start off with a devil fruit, okay? But you can also make a custom devil fruit, but you'll start as tier 0, right? If you progress through the tiers, you get more like skill points, and you can get better stuff. Okay, you can progress further. You become stronger. So basically, when you start out, you start out as tier 0, of course, and then you can get a devil fruit, but it won't be as strong as you think. There won't be insane like devil fruit powers, like you can summon, I don't know, gods or something. but you can start out. Yeah, you can have like devil fruits. If they aren't too crazy, you can probably have them. First, ask a mod. Okay, all of our mods are pretty good. They are all friendly. I can say that, and I think you'll like the server really much. Okay. By the way, we have news. We have a lot of we have East Blue news, which is basically news that happens around every month. They're published around every month, and it's really good. Basically, it recalls every major event that happened in the month, and it publishes, how should I say, new bounties for people. So basically, if you, like us, like Kiruzu, and Tezen, like we exploded Shellstown, okay? We're probably gonna get a bounty, and we'll probably get a section on the East Blue News, which is gonna be cool. I have never been on news. There's news. So if you haven't caught up to it, you can just read up on the news, and you'll probably know what the fuck was going on there. Because basically, the Goa arc, we have a Goa, right, like Paris said, there was a Goa arc, and it was really massive. It had a span of 4 months. It was insane. It's basically summarized in the East Blue News, the latest East Blue News, and it's really cool. Yeah.
Here's what I think. We should talk about some of the characters we have here.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
we
there's a lot of
totally should.
characters. You got Paris, his crew Shinso. They're doing some cool stuff out there. Some of the marine NPC. No, we're not all pirates out here.
Yeah, man.
We got Dezel, his regiment. They're out there doing stuff. So what do you think about that?
I think, yeah, like Desmond said, we should talk about some OCs. We should start off with mine, because, I'm just the coolest guy around. So my guy has a devil fruit, non-canon devil fruit, which is the Nito Nova. Basically, it allows me to sweat nitroglycerin. Basically, I become Bakugo. And Bakugo, as you know, or you don't know, I don't know, he can make explosions, really big explosions. I can also do that. And it makes me really cool, right? I lived on an island, right? I got stolen, I got kidnapped by people, and I killed them with my fruit because I'm just that cool, Another OC, Dezen, has a really he has a really similar devil fruit to mine, the Bama no Mi, which is a cannon devil fruit, which allows him to explode any part of his body. Which includes buggers. So you don't like buggers? Well, if you have that fruit, you might enjoy them. I don't know. I mean, you can afford them.
If you're weird, you'll enjoy them.
I totally agree. Another OC. We got a few new OCs, right? I like to talk about Blaze, if his name is that. He's like bounty hunter, right? He's like a cool guy. He has the Nagi no Mi, which allows him to make anything in an area silent, which is really cool. By the way, I talked previously I talked about tiers. I would like to get to that. How do you progress through tiers, right? There's like a submission, like you can post a submission. There's like a criteria. How should I say this? Let me just explain a little bit. So basically, you have to roleplay. You can roleplay a few days, but I mean that won't get you to tier up. So basically, how you tier up is by making an application, which is you have to put your character name, date of application, your current tier, which is basically when you start out as tier 0, of course. Why do you think you earned this tier up, which you can put your thing there, why you think you earned this tier up, which has to be a paragraph minimum, by the way, so you have to write a whole paragraph. The next thing is list of feats since last tier up. For me, it was bombing Shellstowns, right? Shelltown? Yeah, Shellstown. There's like areas, you have to basically, there's 4 like areas that mods look into, right? They look into quantity, how much you post, how active you are, how much lines you post. They look at quality, which is the grammar. Self-explanatory, honestly. The pacing and collaborations is like how often you, how should I say this? How often you like bounce off different people, and how you basically. Basically, yeah, pacing a collaboration. You have to pace some things. You don't have to make the story too fast. You gotta make it like normal speed. You can't make it too slow. You can't make it too fast, and you get like that normal speed, which is really nice. You know, like it looks when you read it, it feels good. Okay, and collaboration is like collaborating with other people in RP. So you don't get any misconceptions. I'm sorry, I'm not an English speaker. The last tier is capturing the essence of One Piece. Is basically you capture the essence of One Piece, right? So basically you have to have, how should I say this, a reason for everything, right? You should, if you're like an evil guy, you should explain why you kill people. Like
Cruz. Look,
Yeah?
So this is one of the most important parts, you know. You don't want to just be out there doing everything, and you want to make it feel like One Piece, because it's a One Piece server. You know, it's not going to be out here like some edgy, dark, you know, no nonsense stuff without a reason, because you got to have those underlying themes of your character. And why are they doing this? You know, why do they want to do that? Why do they want to go here? What's their dream? You know, like that whole thoughts of like, you know, Luffy wants to be the king of the pirates. That's like an underlying theme behind all his actions. Why does he, you know, go out there in the seas doing his adventures? So, you know, your character wants to have something like that, you know, and if you're going into that tier up application and you don't have that kind of stuff behind it, you know, it's just not, you're not gonna get it, man. You're not gonna get it.
Yeah, you're not.
And it's even something like better, like older guys like me and Caruso, we've been here for a while. We still need to, you know, do work on this. So nobody's coming out here like we're the gods of RP or anything. We're not like that. We're all in the same boat as the new people coming in, because we all have something to learn here.
I totally agree with Desmond.
Yeah, like you can't just go around like, you know, you're studying like your character, like you give its background when you're creating your character, and you're like making its background. You can't just like, oh, this guy just wants to go and explore and have fun, and then afterwards, when you like get into your first story, you murder 50 people just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
That's just not how it works.
Yeah, so basically after that, so in your application you have to put areas you'd like mods to look closer at, which is the 4 things I just explained. And of course Paris and Tezen helped me. And the channels you've RP'd in, which has to be in chronological order. And basically that's it. After that, it'll take some time for mods to look at your your RP history, and after that they'll post an in-depth review about your application and how you RP. They'll give some criticism, which can be a bit like if you are soft, it can seem rude, but it's not really. They're just trying to help you. Okay. They'll put like an in-depth thing about every area, and they'll just put like all around like how should I explain this? They'll put what you have to work towards to make your thing better. And basically, if your score is better than 5, you tier up, which is really nice. Yesterday I posted my submission, and luckily I got 5.25 out of 10, right? Basically, if I didn't get that 0.25, okay, that 0.25 points, I'd be screwed. I wouldn't be tier 1.
Yeah, you just passed by a quarter of a point.
Yeah, man. I was like, oof. God damn it. We should probably, all of us, we should probably talk about our favorite parts of the server. I'll talk about mine, of course, which is the community. I like the community, and I also like the RPing. The people in the server are really good RPers. Most of them. Some aren't, but, you know, they'll improve eventually. Like Paris, What's your favorite part of the server? Paris is off limits. Okay.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
That was addressed.
What?
Sorry.
Okay. What's your favorite part of the server, man?
I like the aspect of creativity, and like basically the only limit to this is basically yourself. In this regard, of course, you can't make yourself OP and like act like God and all, but like basically the aspect of creating your own story, creating your own moves, creating your own fighting style, basically creating your own world is an aspect that I appreciate the most out of everything.
I totally agree. Tezen, what about you? Could you give
I think my
a few
favorite part
words?
of the server is probably just all the characters and themes that people create. Half the time I'm not even interested, what I'm doing. I want to see what Des was doing out in his marine things. I want to see what Paris is doing with his crew. That's just like a part I love, just reading everybody else's story and just a sense of like I'm in a world here. Like this is just a big thing, and it really just brings everything together.
Yes, I totally agree. I enjoy that part as well. Yeah.
And that'll be episodes 2, main topic, Aokiji vs. Akainu. With that being said, that'll wrap up this podcast today. We love you guys. See you next time.
Yep. Goodbye.